Hello, friends. Arthur Woods here, and this is Communication 16017. Thank you for joining me today. And I may have noticed there has been a pause in this communication series, and that's due to a small accident took place here, and I've become grounded by gravity. Gravity, that cosmic force. You either love it or you leave it. Well, what happened is, as part of my physical fitness program here at the Launch Center, I take regular runs 2 or 3 times a week. And about a week and a half ago, I was on one of these runs and I hit an uneven place in the pavement, and that caused me to lose my balance and flipped over. And actually, I landed on my side, and it appears that I've cracked a few ribs. And this is very, very painful. But more than that, it would be unwise for me to get on to the to do a launch to the space station because of the G forces that would happen during the launch process could actually make this injury much worse, and this would affect, maybe in a very critical way, my situation when I arrive at the Greater-Earth space station. So therefore, the launch controllers have said we need to take a break until my rib situation has improved before I can actually launch. And so this is very disappointing because after the 2 successful launches that we had in October, I was almost convinced that in November I would definitely be able to make it to the Greater Earth Space Station. But it looks like it's going to take another week or two until I have totally recovered in order to make that launch. So I will keep you posted, and please stay with me. It's going to happen soon. I can guarantee that. Well, in the meantime, we've been paying attention to the data stream that's been coming in via the Geopolitical Observatory, and there's been one topic that's been popping up a lot in the last 10 days, and that has been this new meme that appears in the world's media from all sides, and that is the topic of fake news. Now, really, what is fake news? Now, the mainstream media and some governments are accusing the alternative media that they're putting out stories that are affecting people's opinions, and especially during the most recent the presidential election, they thought that these fake news stories may have had some impact on the outcome of the election. Now, the alternative media are accusing the mainstream media of putting out unresearched or fake news or propaganda coming from governments for a number of years. So there's a real conflict coming out exactly what is fake news. And actually, I think this term is a new term to replace the one term called conspiracy theory, which has seemed to have run its way now. So I think the mainstream media and/or certain government sources, they want to have another term that they can use to undermine the information exchange that's going on internet now. Internet has proved to be a very, very useful tool and a new way for information to be exchanged. So this is a very, very important topic. Well, what's also appeared in the context of this discussion is that some of the social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook and even Google seem to have influencing the news too. So they're not only producing fake news, but they are actually being able to use their technologies to direct a news of a certain leaning one way or the other, or even using their advertising power to withdraw advertising from alternative websites that are not producing the kind of information that they want people to see. So that's endangering the economic situation of the producers of these alternative sites. So by directing advertising and by filtering the news so that the people who see a particular kind of news or doesn't see it, it's a kind of a form of censorship, because if you're only getting the news that these huge corporate conglomerate organizations want you to see, that means you're not seeing the stuff that you might want to see, and that's indeed a form of censorship. So we have to be very, very careful about what's going on. And when you think about the hundreds of millions of people or even billions of people that use these platforms every day for their sources of information, it is a very upsetting development if these corporations are definitely influencing the way that they want you to think. So that's the purpose of projects like the Geopolitical Observatory that want to give you a insight into information that is affecting the geopolitical situation here on the Earth. So please pay attention to what's going on and go to our website at Greater.Earth. Go to Interventions, the Geopolitical Observatory, and there you can see the data stream. And we recently optimize the data stream so that you can see the different categories by just picking on the particular button. So please pay attention to what's going on. Well, one other thing that I wanted to report this week, and this is actually very exciting, is that the Greater.Earth art intervention has been selected for an exhibition at next year's prestigious Venice Art Biennale that takes place between May and November. And we have some information. If you go to the main page or welcome page on the Greater.Earth website, you can see we have a link to some additional information, and there you can see the lovely exhibition locality, which is going to take place in the Palazzo Bimbo, which is near the Rialto Bridge in Venice. And this is very important because not only is the Art Biennale one of the most prestigious art exhibitions in the world, it is also one of the most visited, and we are expecting to have maybe 300,000 people visit the Greater.Earth installation in this Palazzo Bimbo. Now, what we're planning is a kind of an outpost of our space station so that people visiting this exhibition will be able to communicate with me up in orbit. So that's going to be very exciting. So I will definitely talk more about that in future communications because this is a really major development in the project, and we will keep you informed. And we hope that you will collaborate with us. So on our website, you will find a button or a tab that you can go to that says collaboration. So why don't you click on that and to see how you as an individual, or if you represent an organization or a business, how you can collaborate with the Greater.Earth art intervention. Well, friends, that's it for this week, and I thank you for watching, and this has been Communication 16017. Goodbye for now.